Hello and happy gaming, everyone. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I am back to try to do this without being terrible. Can't really say whether or not I'll succeed, but let's go ahead and give it a try. We're going to do the Fiery Yo-Yo, and I'll alter my relics accordingly. Now, I had mentioned before that I really liked Frost Signatar, and I will definitely show you why. Frost Signatar is so good. I really like it. I might be overselling it a bit, but I'm sorry, I really like that move. So now it's just a matter of what do I want for my third tech. What do I want for my base arcana? I'm thinking, considering everything else I have, I want something kind of mid-rangey. I could just go with what I have now, but the Thunder Seekers are good, but sorry, I have a soft spot for Bouncing Surge. And yeah, Thunderline, which isn't really a line at all, but there you go. Or actually, maybe what I should do yeah, there we go. Now we'll just go with the classic Captain's Ring setup. And I'll continue using the Get Rich Quick Cloak, because I'm still trying to pick things up. There, we'll buy that. Alright, so let's try this setup and see how it works for me. And there we go, we can see the Thunder Twins at round 2. So listen, this time let's try not to screw it up. God, I hate those guys. But like I said, I have not exactly been playing super well, so God, I love Frost Signatar. Fiery Yo-Yo, I gotta admit, is very good, very quick. And Frost Signatar, perfect, Frost Signatar. I might just run with that. Now that I've said it, I can't unhear it. Little embarrassing that I can't seem to get my language straight, but hell with it. Hopefully you're starting to understand why I like Frost Signatar so much. Charming Teddy Bear. Alright, cool. Alright. Basically what Frost Signatar does is it just, you throw it out and it just whirls in place and drags things into you. It's just an everlasting hitbox, essentially. Yes, I will take Anchor of Burden. So right now it's only a 5% damage increase, but every little bit helps. Plus it's not that much of a speed hit right now. Yeah, that move may very well be one of the best Arcana in the game. Just the ability to just lock something down like that, it's so good. And then with how quick Fiery Yo-Yo is, it's such a great setup, just being able to throw out that Signatar and just have it sit there for freaking ever. Well, yes, I will upgrade. Upgrade my... What did I just upgrade? Bouncing Surge? Sweet. I'm not thinking straight. I got bronchitis. Leave me alone. Now, it could also just be that that spell just worked really well with my playstyle, and I just went, you know what? I'm down. Take me to the Promised Land. I don't have any Summon Arcana. But, following up a basic Arcana with another Arcana, yeah, I think I can handle that. Especially since I have a really quick basic. Oh, I missed. One thing I'm sure all of you notice is that I do play with the control pad. I just feel it gives me the greatest amount of control. Oh, look at that. So it's strange that the Fire Arcanas are the only ones that didn't get a charge basic, but it also seems like this might be one of the most reliable basics that got added. But once again, it is also possible that it just meshes with my playstyle a little bit better than most. Frost Signatar. Alright, so I'm liking how things are going so far. I'm feeling much better about this run. But all it takes is a couple of bad rooms to really throw you off. So we'll see how things continue to play out, but right now I'm liking how things are going. So good. Love Frost Signatar so much. I'm sorry, Frost Signatar. The other thing about Frost Signatar that I really like is that it has multiple casts. So as you can see down here, you can actually throw it up twice. Which means you can just perform crazy-ass juggles with it, and no one can do anything to stop you. It's crazy combo damage plus lockdown in the most beautiful spinning fashion. Is such a good spell, and even though I'm going out of my way to earn all of the signature spells just through gameplay, honestly, if you have a chance just to buy that one early when you do the update, just take it. The spell is so good. And now I have a chance to kind of play around with Prickly Ballet a little bit. Honestly, that spell is just weird. But again, it's good for holding an area, which can oftentimes make a big difference between life and death, especially in the later levels when things just like to come bouncing at you. Okay, like you damn Lancers. The frequency with which the Prickly Ballet does damage is actually really nice, and it synergizes really well with the Frost Scimitar. Just realized. Okay, between Dancing Swords, between Dancing Swords, Dancing Cactus, and just a big fuck-off lightning bolt, we've got ourselves something here. What do we have here? But receive double damage from water spells. Alright. Was I going up against Freya? Because my basic being fire could actually be really good. I guess you could say that when placed correctly, Prickly Ballet is kind of a lockdown of its own, and what do we got here? Dated Sunglasses, Cobalt Firestone. I do like the Cobalt Firestone. See how good that move is? Go, Frost Signatar. I'm sorry, I can't unhear that mistake that I made, so I'm just running with it now. Just how long that move lingers is just great. That, and I'm also kind of learning to like the Prickly Ballet to go along with it. And yes, Aqua Breaker is now a signature. Though I'm a little torn on it, I really don't think it's that good as a signature. But I can't deny that sometimes just having a good charge attack is worthwhile. Just don't take Aqua Breaker as a signature. To me, it's not worth it. You don't get much from taking it as a sig. as you saw last time, you got to be real careful with the lightning enemies, because they can not only strike from a distance, but do so quickly. I think the other thing to keep into account as far as my playstyle is concerned, that's right, birds. That's right, you know what I'm getting at. Is that I do like a good control spell. And I'd say Frost Signatar definitely falls into that line. And just the idea that it's just a long-lasting, lingering hitbox that just sits out there for so long. And it's really hard to say anything bad about it. It's like the bouncing bubbles, which, by the way, I just noticed got nerfed in a recent patch. So now you can only they only have four bubbles to them instead of 5 now. I don't know if that's what they needed to bring them more down to earth, but yeah, that spell's still great. But can anything match the unbridled power of the Frost Signatar? I'm honestly not sure. Now, one thing I would like to test, I'm not sure if the Prickly Ballet counts as a summon spell, and if it does it get boosted by things like the pop-up primer? Lockdown! That's what you guys get. But to be fair, that was more so me charging headlong into danger without thinking about the ramifications of my actions. So I don't blame the game for being cheap. I blame myself for not reacting properly. I'm pretty sure those slow down my overall movement speed, but allow me to use my dash arcana more. So I don't know if that's worth picking up. Enhance my fiery yo-yo, please. Travel faster and have longer reach. Oh, baby. Yes, make my fiery yo-yo even better. What do we got here? Callie's Flower Diadem, I like it. Basically just in case I screw up. Alright. Relics are looking pretty good right about now. And yes, I know it's a free cursed relic to further add on to... I missed the red one. Alright. To further add on to the heavy anchor. I'm just not 100% sure that's the cursed relic I want. Alright, let's see what you give me. Inferno Beam. Unfortunately, it's not as great as I would like. Just to give you an idea, this is what Inferno Beam does. So it's obviously not bad. And again, I think it works just fine as just a regular Arcana. But it does also have a signature form that I think is it's not a good signature. Ooh, and now I get a chance to talk about Dragon Circuit. Yes, you get multiple uses of it. It's an interesting spell, and I do think it has uses. But again, it's one of those spells that, whereas its signature is really flashy and cool looking, I just don't think it does enough to be considered a good signature. And the reason why I don't think Inferno Beam makes a good signature, and I'll show it off later when I actually earn the spell, is that I just don't think it really does. It's one of those things that's great against mobs, but normally when you're using signatures, you want it to be good against bosses, because that's when your signature charge can turn the tide. You know, like the Winged Hussars when they arrive. So, to have a signature that's really good against mobs, I mean, it's fine, there's nothing wrong with that, but I would argue that most signatures are fine against mobs. What you want is a signature that's good against just plain enemies. And therein lies the trouble with the sweeping attack that you get from Inferno Beam, is that it's just a little too slow against regular old mobs. Or it's a little too slow to be used effectively against bosses during their I'm down stun time, hit me in the face please. And it just comes off as a spell that has little to no identity of its own. Perfect. Once again, huge shoutouts to composer Dale North. This song is just so beast. The Thundering Keep is easily one of my favorite locations in the game, just because of the night sky, rain, thunder thing. But also, just the music is just so good. No, I'm gonna find out later. Actually, this wasn't made by Dale North at all. What are you talking about? Right, well, I'm sorry. He did the rest of the soundtrack, so I just assumed. Well, you assumed poorly, idiot! Just in case it was a mimic. But I'm hoping I didn't assume poorly, because my man Dale knows how to make a good song. Loser. What do we got here? Just gonna flat out say I'm gonna say I have bronchitis, but also don't really care about any of those spells. Okay, we get it. You're sick. Why do you keep bringing it up? Mostly because it's, you know, talking point. Not a good one, mind you, but... Ow. Alright, let me double check here. Gain signature charge when taking damage. Honestly hoping to find something better than that. And I don't have the Ring of Recycling, so yes, I do want the Infinity Marble. Alright, now let's go ahead and fight the Thunder Twins. And once again, I'm surprised I didn't catch that reference the first time I met them. Once again, I'd like to point out Lightning Bolt Ponytail. Yeah, once again, I point out, yeah, their signature is chaotic. But if you're watching what's going on, it's not too hard to see what's going on during it. Oh, okay. And now we get to see Thunder Drop as a... as what was I talking about? Oh yeah, as a signature. And it's one of those spells where, again, I think it's really good against just groups of mobs. Not sure how it stacks up against bosses, but it's one of those spells I'm very much willing to try out. Alright. Doing pretty good. But I still maintain that the Earth Terrace is probably the most frightening final level. Just because of the immense amount of poison damage that they like to throw out there. You got traps that do poison, they got enemies that do poison. Also, Earth Lancers can just straight up get fucked. Matter of fact, most of the Earth Elemental enemies can just eat a dick as far as I'm concerned. That's not very family-friendly, Darkseid. I don't care, I'm not trying to be family-friendly. With how schizophrenic YouTube is with their rules of what they will and won't allow, I'm just making up my own rules. Yes, I will limit the number of spells that mages and conjurers can use. That sounds like a good idea to me. And thanks to the Infinity Marble, I have a charged Frost Signatar that I can use. And we will use it right here. There we go. Another thing to keep in mind is that the enemies starting at 3rd level are faster and more aggressive. There we go. I don't see anything here I want. So I will consider heading back to the shopkeep. Towards the end of the level, when I know whether or not I'm going to need another health potion. It's a shame I can't remember his name. I remember the Arcana artist's name. Her name is Iris. Why can't I remember the shopkeeper's name? Mr. Jolly Mountain Hiker guy. God, when I've made such a big deal about how good the characterization in this game is, kind of embarrassing to be like, oh, I can't remember these characters' names. But to be fair, I was talking more so about the council members than just the random shopkeepers. Let's see, is there anything here I wish to sell you? I don't think so. So, nice to see you, Kermeyer. Oh, sure, I can remember his name, but I can't remember the name of the shopkeeper. God. Hold on. Hey, is it Anders? God! It is Anders! Now I feel silly for not being able to remember that. Okay, I've got to get you out of... God, every time! Every time! Stop dodging the fucking lightning bolt. Alright, so I only have one Fire Arcana, but it's a 17.5% chance that I will deal double damage on my next Arcana use. Alright, so basically just a 17.5% chance that my Fiery Yo-Yo will do a crit. Alright, not bad. Also, yes, I completely forgot what I was saying about Anders. As much as I like Volt Disc, I'm going to stick with my Fiery Yo-Yos, but I do appreciate the offer. That is one basic that I would typically purchase, but over Fiery Yo-Yos, I'm not sure. It is a combat room. Alright, definitely going to need to buy a health potion from Anders. And kinda hoping that the red portal that shows up this time belongs to a guy whose name I've never actually known, who does cursed relics. Once again, my own fault for not memorizing the names of important NPCs. Oh yeah, that was real fair. And yeah, figured as much. It's like I keep saying that the Earth level as the last level is one of the biggest problems. All right, so before I call it good, I suffered another embarrassing defeat. So that one can actually work as a decent boss killer, but again, I question the point of having it on having that as a signature when its normal form does the same job. Maybe add a little bit less damage, but also a little bit less utility. And there you go. Now once again, it's good for sweeping a room. Not so sure it's good against a boss. It's one of those things that's worth experimenting with, but whereas I think Aqua Breaker could do the job, I highly question Thunderdrop's ability to do the same. But I think in the end, we should all be agreed on the same thing. All hail to the Frost Signatar and the whirling blades of Lockdown Death. So good. Alright, so that's going to be it for me. So until next time, everyone, my name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.